Today, we're going to bring an action camera. Now, this is really small, portable, and you can take anywhere. If you are in the lookout for something that has a 4K, maybe you want to take a look at this. So we're going to take a look at it and see what you get. But first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know the vendor was kind enough to send this out for us to review. So let's take a look at it and see what you get. All right, here's pretty much what you get in the package. They include all these accessories, which is incredible because when you buy a GoPro, it doesn't come with any of this stuff. They just pretty much give you a case, maybe the most, but this is incredible. They give you actually a whole setup that you don't require anything else. They give you the underwater casing itself. They give you not just one, but they give you two batteries. Now, the only thing that you're going to have to include yourself will be the micro SD card because my recommendation is get the size that you want. I normally buy the 256, to keep it going and I don't have to change out or anything like that. We're gonna go over some details on here. Now, on some of the stuff accessories is very simple, plain simple. You could pretty much attach this to any kind of bar. All the accessories are compatible with GoPro because they have the same base as a GoPro. If you guys notice, this is the same base as a GoPro. So if you're familiar with a GoPro, this is something similar to it. Now, they do include an actual remote control that you could stop and take video or pictures on it automatically will sync up. They got adapters for tripods with adhesive. They got handheld for for wrist. You tie it up on your wrist, you go on it, and then on top of that, they give you the charging. Now the charging is a little different because it's micro SD USB, micro USB connection to Type A. That's pretty much. They give you a cloth and zip ties to tie it up anywhere, and some adhesive stickers that you can put anywhere. And this is really handy. I mean, when we buy something like this, it doesn't come with this much accessories. A couple straps, a couple zip ties, and pretty much a lot of things that you're gonna don't require to go buy additional stuff. It's all included within that one box in the bundle. And of course, they give you the instructions step by step how to use the device, how to transfer videos, how to record, and all that stuff. So we're gonna go a little bit more details on the actual camera. We're gonna do some filming at night, in the day, and we're gonna do a time lapse too, see how it works. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual video. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the camera. All right, let's take a look at the camera itself. On the camera, you have an OK button and the power button, of course. You got the M and then you get the down arrow, right? Menu and then the arrows. This becomes an arrow too at the end. There is some audio noise that's why it has a speaker. Now this part is not waterproof. You have to have the case with it. Now they do have an HD out, and this will be to transfer video quality or the pictures you want to present something to a TV. You can. They have a cable for that you could transfer. Now this is where you actually charge the unit itself, and you can also transfer pictures through the actual system. Now the lens itself, it's a wide lens. There is no protective cover on it, so my recommendation is maybe keep it in the case. There's a front view display, of course, that you have to turn on because the automatic is default, it's off, and that will be it's actually preventing from wasting battery. Now the battery is a micro battery. It's a little tiny lithium battery that goes in the bottom in here, and it has a little strap out to pull it out if you guys see that. Now right next to it, you go this is a mount for any kind of tripod. You can just set this up on a tripod. If you're going to do a time lapse, you want to set it up on some of your devices, you can do that. That's an option that it's included in here. So let's go ahead and turn it on. There's a couple things that you should know. First of all, on the actual screen, you have a settings and then you have a play button here. The play button will go review anything you have taken. You can always hit back. Now, there's a couple options. When you scroll down, there's a couple of things, your Wi-Fi, your microphone, you can lock things and then you can power it up. All right, so we're gonna go back up. Let's unlock it. We're gonna go back up. When you go back up, this is where all the options are here: video, slow, loop, lapse, and photo, auto, and burst, and timer. This is where you actually have a lot of options to choose from. Right now we're set in video, right? But we're gonna do a time lapse. We're gonna go do some shooting at night and stuff like that. And then you can close this out. And then we can screw to the right. Once you screw to the right, it changes to photos automatically. and we could scroll back and it goes back to actual video 4K. Now you could change the quality of the actual video itself. If you go to settings, you have more options in here. Now if you see that right here in the right hand corner, it says 4K, we could go in there and change it to different variants right now. We could go up to 60 frames per second, but just to let you know, that's going to take a lot of more memory out of your video, out of your SD card. So I always keep it at 4K 30 frames per second. All right, go back to where we came from. It's very simple, easy to, and it's a touchscreen, so everything's going to be in your front of your face. You don't have to really do anything. In fact, you could turn off certain settings to turn off on certain times. You know, it has many options in here. White balance, auto exposure, material, ISO, auto, video quality, watermark, time watermark. We could take it off. I don't really like the timer on it, so we take it off. Recording audio, we could record the audio. You could turn it off if you just want to do a time lapse. It will save you a lot of time and a lot of memory in your card. So very simple, will last you many hours. The actual camera, I actually did a time lapse on one of our builds that we're doing. Very simple, easy to set up. Now let's go back, and if you go back, you can always go back. You could even use the keys itself, play back and forward. And in the front, there's no display right now because we haven't turned it on, but we are going to turn that on. All right, so you have the screen here, but you could switch to the front screen. And if you hold the M button, which is the up button too also, you hold it down for a couple seconds, and then it's going to play something in the back. And then if you notice, here it is. You can actually see yourself now, and you can take pictures. We're going to do a blogging. We're going to test it out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much what you get. It only does one display at one time because it just conserves battery. That's what it is. So all right, we're going to do a night shot here. Walk in the darkest area. Then we're going to come to the lightest area here. This is a night shot right here. You guys can see that. This is Toby. And we're here. Let me show you guys that it's a night shot. And the quality is okay, but it really shines when it's really daylight and not moving to it. So we're going to take a look inside. Our thing is to take it out for a walk today, and we're also going to ride a bike here. We're going to go ride a bike and see how well it works stabilizing it. So right now I just got a little tripod with it and I'm walking. So we're riding a bike out here. Beautiful day today. Let's see how balanced this camera is, how well it takes, and see how much it takes the bumps, because I have a hands stick with the actual camera itself. So take it for a spin here. Go around, whoa, go around the whole neighborhood. So you see how much you go. See if we can get some footage out of it. So one hand driving the bike, it's not easy when you're a little heavy. So let's see how well it works. Stop.